Welcome. Thank you for having you. Thank you.
The only solution to this war is diplomacy and getting them to a table where that's possible. I think the French and the British have been very supportive along the way over the last week as well, and very helpful. So, you know, we're hopeful we'll have good meetings tomorrow. I mean, the minerals deal's on the table. That's continuing to be worked on. It's not part of this conversation per se, and it's not something that tomorrow can be successful without it. It's certainly a deal the president wants to see done, but it doesn't necessarily have to happen tomorrow. There's still more details to work out. And at this point, we're probably, rather than a memorandum of understanding, just wanting to sign a specific agreement, and that would take a little bit more time. But I wouldn't prejudge tomorrow about whether or not we have a minerals deal. It's an important topic, but it's not the main topic on the agenda. We have to understand the Ukrainian position and just have a general idea of what concessions they'd be willing to make, because you're not going to get a ceasefire and an end of this war unless both sides make concessions. It's just obvious. We'll need to see, without, maybe we won't go into great details, we're not going to be sitting in a room drawing lines on a map, but just get a general sense of what concessions are in the realm of the possible for them and what they would need in return, and then find out what the Russian position is in that regard, and that'll give us a pretty good assessment of how far apart we truly are. Well, the Ukrainians are already receiving all defensive intelligence information as we speak. I think all the notion of the pause and aid broadly is something I hope we can resolve. Obviously, I think what happens tomorrow
Здесь не важно, что мы ждем, здесь важно, что ждут Соединенные Штаты. А на самых различных уровнях мы неоднократно с вами слышали заявления, что Соединенные Штаты ждут демонстрации со стороны украинцев желания идти на мир. Вот, собственно, наверное, этого ждут все. Хотят ли действительно мира члены режима Зеленского или не хотят? Вот с этим, конечно, очень важно и нужно определить.
First, the Ukrainians. They are trying to recover after that disastrous meeting that President Volodymyr Zelensky had in the Oval Office last month that descended into an argument between him, President Donald Trump, and Vice President J.D. Vance. They're looking to sign, likely in the coming weeks, a rare earths mineral deal that the Trump administration had sought, and the Ukrainians are likely really hoping to turn back on American military aid as well as American intelligence sharing to counter the Russians. For the Americans, they want to push forward with what Donald Trump wants, which is this peace deal, these peace talks between him and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Now, so far, Trump has been really conciliatory towards Putin. That's raised the concerns of Europeans who are increasing their defense spending. But Trump as well in the last couple of days has threatened the Russians with new economic sanctions. Finally, Saudi Arabia wants something from these talks too. They're trying to cement their relationship with Donald Trump, who's been really critical of the OPEC Plus oil cartel over the recent weeks. Meanwhile, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who's overseeing these talks, is hoping to raise his own profile as well. Back in 2018, his international image collapsed over the killing of Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi in the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. American intelligence agencies believe that the Crown Prince gave the order for that killing, but as of right now, the Crown Prince has been trying to push forward with peace deals to try to raise his profile. He's reached a détente with Iran. He has tried to end the Yemen war that he started back in 2015, but hosting these talks successfully and potentially hosting a Trump-Putin meeting would just elevate his profile even more. So all sides are looking to gain something from these talks, but it just remains unclear who's going to go home with what they wanted.